Then she uh, she was married him at the time of wandering in Iranian or Persia. Then after 1542, Humayun was born. So, sorry, Akbar was born at 1542, Amarkot. It is located now Sindhu. When uh, the Humayun was dead, he was ascended the throne. The throne was built by his under the guidance of Bairam Khan, who was guardian of him. So then he ascended the throne, a brick throne at Kalanaur. Kalanaur, which is located in nowadays, it is Punjab in Gurudaspur district. So after the death of Humayun, so many are got independent. The Mughal feudatories have made many rebellions. In the meantime, Bairam Khan was supported to the Akbar. So when Akbar was ascended the throne, or after the death of Humayun, the political conditions of northern India as well as southern India was very different political conditions are there. The political conditions in North India, the rebellions like Sur dynasty and the Rajput clans and the other rebellions are made incomfort to the Akbar. That's why Bairam Khan sequentially defeated them with the help of Akbar's brother Muhammad Hakim, and he supported to the Akbar. So now Akbar was when he ascended at a temporary throne at Kalanaur, then the Surda in North Indian political conditions are very uh, arrogant dynasties. So the feudatories are got independence like the Sikinder Sood, who was the nephew of Sher Shah, and his Sher Shah's son also at ruled independently at Chunar. So these circumstances, Akbar was with the help of Bairam Khan, he defeated all of them. The uh, eastern part of India, Bengal and Bihar, which was the Ganga basin, there is also small dynasties are raised. So the Rajputra clans are middle part of India. They are announced the independence and they are tried to occupy the Delhi and Agra. And the western part of India was spread over the western west coast. The Portuguese were enriched, and the great dynasty, Vijayanagara dynasty, also raised defective rule of Aliya Ramarayalu. So these are the political conditions in these circumstances. So Akbar was a very minor boy when he was ascended the 14th February 1556 ascended the throne. So, yeah, because although he was a minor, that's why Bairam Khan, who is a believer of Humayun, he was announced himself as a guardian to the uh, Akbar. So, in these political conditions, he defeated. Sorry for the disturbance. So now the in these circumstances, Akbar barely entered into the Agra from Punjab when he was ascended the throne in 1556. So then the rulers are sequentially he conquered that rebellions and Muhammad Adil Shah Sikandar Sur was defeated by him. He was the nephew of Sher Shah as well as his son Sher Shah's son was Islam Shah. He's occupied that captured that Chunar when the period of Humayun and the Adil Shah, Bijapur Adil Shah's the chieftain, Hemu, he was got the independence against the Mughals. He announced himself as a Vikramajit or Vikramaditya. So, in these circumstances, he went to the Panipat with the help of Bairam Khan and boldly he was entered into the Panipat at 5th November 1556. Hemu was uh, faced that battlefield. So, in 1556, at November 5th, successfully Akbar was defeated to the Hemu, and then he captured the Delhi and Agra. So, then he settled the previous his kingdom before his forefather Babur was which is established that Agra and Delhi region. He was captured and he reinstalled the Mughal dynasty, and he was again founder of the uh, original founder of the Mughal dynasty. So that credits goes to the Akbar and his greatness. So Akbar was the he in his mind he was a great imperialist. So he wanted to make himself a supreme ruler of Hindustan. Hindustan, nothing but from the Lahore to Bay of Bengal. So he would like to become a supreme ruler throughout the in India. That's why his efforts expanded to that dream. So after the ascended the throne, after the battle of Panipat, he would like to in the hands he has in the hands of Bairam Khan and his mother. So he Delhi, Agra after the Panipat war, he was captured in 1557. Punjab which was Sikandar Sur was defeated in 1557 at Malkot, and 1558 to 1560 Bairam Khan was enlarged the dominion by the conquest of Gwalior, Ajmer, and uh, Jaunpur. So this the Akbar's time, the territories of nowadays it is they are located in Punjab, Pakistan. So the river basin of Sindhu, these mainly towns like Lahore, Ajmer, and Janpur. So these are ruled by the Rajput clans. In 1561, Akbar turned his aim against the Malwa, which is ruled by the Afghan chief Baj Bahadur. So, Baj Bahadur was, before that, he was chieftain of that Malwa. So, after a brief resistance of Sarangapur, the capital of Malwa, Baj Bahadur was submitted and Malwa was annexed into the Mughal Empire. The Rajput fortress Mithila was taken in 1526, and then after his surroundings of Delhi and Agra, he was successfully captured from the Sindhu river to Ganga river. So among the between these plain, so many dynasties are captured by the Bairam Khan along with the Akbar and collaboration of Akbar and Bairam Khan. So after that, he would like to extend his kingdom to the throughout the Rajput clans. So that's why he entered into Gondwana. Then Gondwana was ruled by Rani Durgavati. She was a bravely lady. She ruled behalf of his minor son Veer Narayana. So the Rani Durgavati was greatly bravely lady. She is entered into the battlefield, and Akbar was conquest on Gondwana. Then Rani Durgavati bravely faced that Akbar's armies, but she was stabbed herself by the attack of Akbar. So then Veer Narayana also bravely fighting, and he got held, and he was died. So after the succession of the Gondwana, he was turned into the Rajput clans. The Rajput clans are bravely when the Babur's time to the Akbar's time, the Rajput clans are very might dynasties are established there. They are group of Rajput people who are seems to dominate the North India. That's why Akbar was ascended the Akbar was conquest upon the Rajput clans. So that's why he in 1567 he attacked on Mewar, the premier state of Rajputana. Chittor, the capital was capital of Mewar. Here, Rana Uday Singh, only the bravely founder of the city of Udaipur, the Rana Uday Singh, who was the Rana's the grandson of Rana Sangram Singh. So the Chittor and the Rajput chiefs Raja Biharimal Jaipur have given his eldest daughter to Akbar. That's why he was alliance with the matrimonial relations with the Rajputs, and Akbar was married her. Baz Bahadur and Sultan of Malwa also annexed into his place to the Mughal dynasty, and the 1567 contingently the Rana Uday Singh, unable to face the attack, entrusted defense of the fort to his brave commanders Jai Singh and Jaimal and Patta. So these are the brave soldiers around his uh, uh, fort, but they are bravely fight and they got a hell or they are died. So then after Akbar was then after he installed their statues in his court. So Rana Uday Singh was died after this incident. So Chittor was occupied by the uh, Akbar. In 1569, the ruler of Ranatambur and Kalinjar submitted to the Akbar in 1570. Raja of Jaisalmer and Kalyanmal and the Raja of Bikaner made their submission and gave their daughters to the Akbar. So the same year, Jodhpur also submitted. Akbar was now a master of Rajputana, although not in full sovereignty. Rajputana was reckoned as the Suba or province, Ajmer as its headquarters. Most of the Rajput clans, except those of Mewar. So the Mewar was submitted to Akbar. Akbar, his kind and considerate treatment made willing the followers, devoted soldiers out of the Rajput warriors and clans. So here Akbar was structured a policy, introduced a policy that is called Rajput policy. So he knows about the braveness of Rajputs and he knows about the braveness of the forts of Rajput clans. That's why he was faced them treaty with some peacefully. He dealt that two types. One is the alliance with them. The second one is he held the matrimonial relations with them. And the third one is those who are not surrendered by these policies. So then he was conquest upon him. So meanwhile, his matrimonial relations were successful and he gave the main subas to them and they got subordinate and chief division of his subas. So they are the chieftains of his subas. After the after this policy, after the ascended the throne of Rajput clans, after they annexed the Rajput clans, so he cited on Gujarat. So Gujarat in 1572, Gujarat as a very fertile province. So it is naturally Akbar was anxious to annex it. So Muzaffar Shah III, 1562 to 1572, was a nominal king of Gujarat. In 1572, uh, Akbar was attacked on Gujarat. When Akbar was attacked on Gujarat, Muzaffar III was annexed his kingdom into the Mughal, that Mughal empire. So when he strongly opposed, but the Mughal armies are captured that Gujarat, the annexion of Gujarat increased the trade and income. Why? Because of Gujarat from the beginning to the medieval period, Gujarat was having the west coast. The west coast is prominently developed by the traders. The foreign trade held by the Europeans as well as the Arabs. So that west coast, the port of port of Surat, the the what is the Goa, Dayo, Daman, these western coast main towns are glittered through the trade and commerce. That's why in Gujarat, Gujarat was the glittered through the wealth, glittered through the gold and silver. Why? Because of there is a centralized the merchants and traders. So that's why he captured after the capture of Gujarat, he got much of wealth. In the same year, 1573, the chief of Kangra became a feudatory of Mughals. A serious rising of the Mirjas took place in Gujarat in 1573. With the rapidly, Akbar marched Ahmedabad from his newly built capital, Sikri. The new year near to the Agra, Fatehpur Sikri, nothing but it is called Fatehpur Sikri. So then after the capture of Mughal capture of Gujarat, so he was built that Sikri and crushed the revolt 1574 and 75. So you know very well, without the revenue policy, we are not expecting about the Raja Todarmal. So he introduced that revenue system as Bandobast policy in Akbar's court, Akbar's administration. So then 1574 and 1575, Todarmal of Akbar's, the revenue minister, made stable settlement of revenues in Gujarat. So the latter became the basis of his more famous revenue settlement of the whole empire. Gujarat added a net income about 50 lakh rupees in those days. 50 lakh rupees in those days. The Mughal Empire gained access to the sea, and the impetus was given rupees to the empire, and the impetus was given to its commerce. The contact with the Portuguese affected Akbar and the empire in many ways. So now Akbar was his conquest successfully reached to the mountains of Vindhyas. So when he started that Lahore at Punjab, Kalanaur, so when he was a minor boy, he ruled that as a Subedar, a Jagirdar, as the princely state of Punjab. Then he started his journey as a conqueror. He entered into through the second Panipat at 1556, and he consequently continued his conquest on the enemies like Sur dynasty and Bijapur Adil Shahs, as well as the Rajput clans. After the long accession of the Gujarat and the Gondwana. So this region was captured by Akbar. His empire was largely elaborated, largely expanded by the Akbar. Then he sighted on the Bengal when he occupied that west coast. Then when he sighted on east coast. So the east coast, the location was located the Sundarbans. When has the Sundarbans in Bengal, he listened about that fertilized soil. He would like to conquest upon it. So in 1576, Bengal, he was attacked on Bengal. So Bengal was ruled by the Suleiman. The Afghanistan king was formally acknowledged Akbar and his suzerainty, and but his son Daud Khan, his son was Daud Khan. To he would submit in his dynasty into the Mughal Empire. He was Daud Khan was denied about that. He refused to submit to Akbar and proclaimed his independence in 1574. Akbar led an army against the Daud Khan. So Daud Khan was defeated successfully and he fled to Orissa. At last, Daud Khan was killed in the battle of near Rajmahal in 1576. Bengal also became a province in Mughal Empire. So after the defeat of Daud Khan, so he marched into the Mewar. So the Mewar ruled by the Rana. 1576, a battle of Haldigat Pass, near the town of Gogunda. Near the town of Gogunda, Rana Pratap was defeated by Man Singh. The Rana was driven to take refuge in remote forests and strongholds of Gogunda and Kumilmia passed into the hands of Mughals. But before his death, 1597, the Rana recovered most of them. So, Kabul, Kabul to Kashmir and Sindhu to Baluchistan, Kandahar and Orissa annexed into the Mughal Empire since 1585 to 1595. A decade, these main princely states were annexed into the Mughal Empire through the Akbar talents. So, in 1585, Akbar's step brother Mirza Hakim, the ruler of Kabul, died and Kabul was annexed into Mughal Empire. Raja Man Singh was sent there as a governor. After these, the turbulent Pathan tribes, northwest frontier near the Indus, the basin of Indus River basin. So when Akbar was went to Lahore and he was captured, then Raja Bhagwan Das from its Sultan and Yusuf Shah, the chieftains of Akbar, successfully captured it. So when he was captured throughout the North India from the Kabul, Kandahar to the east to the Bengal and the Takshashila to the Berar. So he was successfully expanded his kingdom. After his successful expansion, he would like to capture the Deccan. So he sent to his governors to capture the Deccan, but he reducing the north and central India. Akbar, when he entered into opportunity, since the states like Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda, which was the ancestral dynasties of the Bahmanis. So these fellows are divided from Bahmanis as 5 dynasties. So these small dynasties like Bijapur, Ahmednagar, Golconda was captured by the Akbar, sent his envoys to these state asking to them acknowledge his overlordship. But they politely evaded Akbar demands. At this, Akbar restored to the arms. And at the ending of his reign, so Akbar was at 1600 AD. So he go to the conquest on Ahmednagar. Ahmednagar was ruled by the Sultan Chand Bibi. Sultan Chand Bibi, a auntie of minor king Murad, led the siege of Ahmednagar. So Chand Bibi here, you know about the Chand Bibi, the what is step auntie of Veer Narayana. So Chand Bibi also, uh, behalf of his minor son, she was ruled. The Murad achieved no success. At last, peace was made, and Chand Bibi agreed, ceded to Bihar. 1595, and Prince Dayal B seized Ahmednagar, but Chand Bibi was assassinated by her own officers after her death. Prince Dayal in 1600 conquered Ahmednagar. It was finally annexed. Finally annexed. Princely state was the Ahmednagar. So next he entered into the Khandesh. So Khandesh, when he was operations in Deccan ended with the capture of a strong fortress of Asirgarh in Khandesh, and the second unit, ma'am. So the Deccan was a great military importance after the pretty long siege of 1 year. The fort was taken by bribing and the Khandesh officers. This was the last conquest of Akbar. This is the Khandesh is captured in 1601, 1601 AD. So Akbar was divided the conquest upon the Deccan into the three provinces. One is Berar, the second one is Ahmednagar, the third one is Khandesh, and appointed Prince Dayal as their viceroy. So, the successfully conquest administration. So you know very well. Previously, we are discussed about the good administration of Sher Shah during the medieval period. So he was a very good administrator. Akbar also take a points, or Akbar continued that fully modified policies, and Akbar was introduced a remarkable system in administration, and set it a firm footing is civil and military. So the greatness of revenue reforms are visibly a proof of his organizing ability. But it should not forgotten that in many of the reforms, in large measure, Sher Shah forestalled Akbar. The land revenue system of Akbar, so especially known was improvement over the revenue system. So when we saw in the Sher Shah system. So until now we are discussed the Raja Todar Mal. He introduced in Gujarat Bandobast policy. So the necessary charges to suit the occasion. The military administration of Akbar to in several respects. So he modeled, Sher Shah was modeled to Akbar. The system of branding horses entering into the identification marks of the troops and also adopted from Sher Shah. So that is not but Chahara system, you know very well. That is dog system and Chahara system. So the more upon the horse back and recorded the particulars of horses, that is recorded in Chahara. So Dag system and Chehra system implemented by the Akbar, which is introduced to Alauddin Khilji. Afterwards, the Sher Shah, and afterwards the both are followed by the Akbar. So the material conditions of the country was prosperous under the Mughal rule. So the foreign travelers visited during the Mughal times. So speak highly of flourishing the trade of India during the Mughal Empire or Akbar Empire. So the central government, it is the strongest government. So the administration praiseworthy government. The both of Hindu and Muslim laws are implemented. So Akbar was a absolute ruler. He, his word was law. So he was not only a head of the civil and military administration, but also he was a commander in chief, and he was also being a chief justice. So he had a ministers. So those ministers are, the prime minister was called Vakil. So Vakil was the prime minister of Akbar's court. The Wazir, the revenue minister or finance minister, Mir Bakshi. So the chief of armies, he affairs of his affairs of the warfare, and the religious ministers, you know very well, the Khazas are the Mir Sadar, the emperor of the foundation of all the justice is final. He is himself decided important causes held to appeal High Court. His policy was based on the religious toleration. He did he did not careful about the ulemas who are the mighty courtesans in the court of Akbar, but he taken the advices from them. The prime minister called Vakil or Wazir was next to the king, the superior, and was the greatest officer in the state. More than the Persian people were appointed as a official of this uh, designation. The provincial administration was headed by the prince and the believers of near and dearest to the sultan or the emperor. So mainly those are divided as the Agra Suba and Allahabad Suba, Oudh Suba, and Delhi, Lahore, Multan, Kabul, Ajmer, Bengal, Bihar, Ahmedabad, Malwa, Khandesh, Berar, and Ahmednagar. So the largely Subas are located in the reign of Akbar. So that's why he was given the designations. Provincial means the state government. Provinces means the state. The central government divided into the many states are many the provincials, just like seems to be a states. Central government divided into the number of states like the Agra state, Ajmer state, Bengal state, like that. So here also the every province under the control of his governor has or his viceroy. So viceroy was nothing but the ruler of the state government, and he called as a subedar. He called as a subedar or sip hasaldar. Subedar or sip hasaldar. Officially known as Najim. Officially known as Najim. He was either a member of the imperial family or a noble of high rank. So some people are appointed like this. His sons, like who was the Rajput clans. He chose the mighty rulers like Raja Todarmal and Raja Birbal. So that. So that people also appointed as a Subedar for the mighty provinces. Mighty provinces. So the provinces divided into as a sarkars. So the sarkars were divided into paraganas. So each paragana contain a several villages, approximately 70 to 120. So among these districts, so the head of the paragana was Fauzdar. The head of the paragana was Fauzdar. He was also in charge of the civil and land order. In charge of civil and land order. So oftenly he used the accuses, he used the punishments, and he was ordered to imprisonment of accuses or criminals. So the village administration held by the panchayats. The panchayat chieftains were the prominent Patel, Kulakarni, Chaukidar, like that. So these Mughal administration was the Diwan, Fauzdar, Qazi, nothing but the so many petas are there. Qazi peta, Kasi peta, or like this, Hazi peta. So these are the who was Qazi, the justice in Mughal court or Islamic courts. So he was lived that location that is named as Qazi Pet. Qazi lived in that pet, it is becoming a Qazi pet. Just like Hazi lived that place, Hazi pet. So Qazi pet, Hazi pet, Kaji pet. So like that pronounced, corrupted that designation of Qazi who lived in that area. So after that administrative policies, so he succeeded through the Akbar was succeeded through the military government. Military government. So the military administration was held by the Akbar was through the Munsabdars. Through the Munsabdars. So this is called as Munsabdari system. Munsabdars nothing but the Munsabdari is nothing but a designation. So he appointed that Munsabdars behalf of their capacity. Behalf of their capacity. It is depends on their capacity. So the Munsabdars are officers had supplied to the emperor a fixed number of horses and soldiers. So the lowest officers had to supply 10. So the Munsabdar given the hodas from 10 horses Munsabdar to 10, 12,000 Munsabdars. The highest rank of Munsabdar during the Akbar's court. Page number 26 and 27. So the military administration, the highest horseman was in 10,000. The highest Munsabdar, and those who are supplied 10 horses, they are called also be a Munsabdar. So they are smallest Munsabdars. Mostly the highest Munsabdars were uh, taken from their own family, the nobles of high rank. So the Munsabdars were as ruled paid in cash through the some held jagirs for the temporary period. These jagirs were frequently transferred from Munsabdar to another ones, who is show the capabilities in the situation. they have collected the land order in their territories. So territories were situated by the emperor. A serious defect in the system was that these munsabdars did not maintain the required number of troops, but at the time of checking would gather men of the occasion. They are also punished. So this is the army's administration of Akbar was the infantry and artillery and elephants and the navy. Navy during the Akbar's is very successful, held their intentions. And after the land revenue administration. So you know very well about that land revenue administration of the Munsab. The Akbar was the land was divided into four types. That is the polas, parauti, the polas which is a two crops in a year, the parauti which is a year, a crop a year. So and chachar 3 or 5 years a crop. So the last one is Banjar. So he surveyed and he divided that lands. So like this, so the land revenue system of Akbar was successfully held through the policies of Sher Shah. So the tax collection was very liberal, 2/3 to 1/3 to 1/4. So meanwhile, Akbar's religious policy also, he maintained the matrimonial relations with the Hindu dynasties as well as that the Rajput clans. That's why he liberated that religion, and he also established the in his own religion that is called Din-e-Ilahi. Din-e-Ilahi. It is the new religion established by the Akbar. This is held by the Abul Fauzi and Birbal. So the religious policy very name bring out that name of Akbar very significantly. So in the lastly, the members of these Din-e-Ilahi. So before the establishment of these, he conducted many pundits of all the religions, just like it is called as Ibadat Khana. He gathered all the religious pundits and he discussed with the significance of their religions in that court of Ibadat Khana. After he listened the all the religions main good principles. After he established a new religion for the purpose of unification of throughout India under his suzerainty or under his rule. So after the he sent to the pilgrims, those who are religious policy of Akbar, he sent to the Makkah and he gave the preference to the Muslims and Hindus, and he maintained the Sufis also. So you know very well the Sikhs are established their the Golden Temple in Punjab. So Amritsar, he given the lands to the Sikhs, and he was given the lands to the Christians, and he was given the lands to the Hindu temples mostly, which
Very sir, all classes end.